What's up guys, my name is Aaron. This is a my review of Freetown Sound by Blood Orange. This is the third studio album by Devonte Hynes under the moniker Blood Orange. It's kind of like a side project of his. He kind of makes like 80s inspired pop and R&B music. He's written for people like Carly Rae Jepsen, Sky Fiera, and Solange, and I thought that his EP that he did with her was really spectacular. He did the soundtrack to the movie Palo Alto, really dreamy, really spacey, really like ethereal type of soundtrack, really great. Plus he's done his own albums. He did Coastal Grooves, which I thought was a pretty good album, but then he did Cupid Deluxe. One of my favorite albums of all time. I just really love like how authentic it is to the 80s and stuff. I love like the detailed, authentic like production is very like nostalgic, I guess. I like his like whispering, singing, falsetto. I like the wide arrangement of vocalists. It kind of feels like it's like a curated album to me. And I feel like his lyrics and themes are kind of personal and introspective, and I like his view on life and stuff like that. His music has really resonated with me, and he's definitely my favorite artist out right now across all genres. Like, I've been like really anticipating this album. This is probably my most anticipated album of the year, and I was afraid this album wasn't going to be as good as Cupid Deluxe because it's such a special album in my heart, but this album kind of blew me away with how good it was. Like his other albums, the production is very loose, lush, detailed production. It's such a like a delicate like throwback to the 80s pop and R&B music, kind of in the vein of Prince's music. Lots of slapping bass, synthesizers, funky guitar riffs, saxophone use, and chill and sometimes bombastic like drum lines. The song Better Than Me has this really cool drum machine going off in the back in the track. And then it kind of has these like rising, hanging synthesizers in the back of the track too, and this really cool bass line. The song Augustine also has a pulsating drum machine, really beautiful piano, really emotive guitars, and these cool ominous synths in the back of the song too. Best to You has this African production that is really cool to me, going off in the back of the song, and then it has these like growling guitars that are kind of going off in the back of the track, and then it's just like a really like atmospheric song. Hands Up has like a really beautiful synth line going on with great drums, really great drums on that song. Kind of like a funky bass on that song too. A really slick song. Is definitely my favorite like sonically on the album. The production is so like slick and so nostalgic, and I feel like it's just like a well-grooved machine at this point. It's just like so good. And I like that he has like a wide range of female vocalists. He's not like the best singer like of all time, so it's cool that he, you know, brings these women in to kind of augment his sound a little bit. Carly Rae Jepsen on Better Than Me, she brings like this like really breathy, girly vibe to the song that I really like, and she has like a really cool like duet that she does with Devonte Hynes. Nelly Furtado probably had my favorite feature on this album, on the song Hardened Collider. She sounds so like emotional and like vulnerable on that song. She like almost steals the show for me. Like she was like really good on that song. And then Empress of has a really cool guest feature on Best to You. She has like a really strong and clear voice, and then it contrasts as well with Dev Hynes' like whispery, soft like voice. I like that the vocalists on this album like kind of are different, and they are really strong in their own unique ways, and I like that he kind of brings all these different people to the show, I guess. And I like his vocals too. He's not like the strongest vocalist ever, but he's really emotive, and he's just like a really unique presence, and it's effective for the songs and stuff that he makes, and it fits well with the music and it fits well with the lyrics. The song Augustine, he sounds so cool and kind of vulnerable as he sings on that track. Hands Up, he sounds really intimate and kind of sensual on that song. On I Know, he sounds pleading and kind of emotional too. He's not the best vocalist of all time, but he complements his songs really well. The lyrics and themes on this album, on previous albums he talks about like relationship, love, sexuality sometimes, but on this album he kind of expands into like race and the injustice that he's seeing in the world right now, and it's really cool to see like a pop R&B dude kind of bring this perspective into the light. It's kind of like Beyonce's last album. On Hadron Collider, he's talking about like these two people who really shouldn't be together, but they're drawn to each other. There's like a magnetic quality about these two that just kind of drags them together, and even though that they know that they shouldn't be together, it's just kind of hard for these people to, you know, kind of be apart. On the song EVP, it's about this person who might be like wasting their time on doing something when they could be like kind of in love with this other person, but they're just kind of of doing their own thing, maybe to like not get hurt or something like that. On the song Hands Up, it kind of intersplices this story about this person who's not with the protagonist, but they're kind of with this other person and for kind of unknown reasons, and they know that they probably should be with that person. But then it kind of intersplices that with talks about like the hands up, don't shoot movements, Black Lives Matter, that type of stuff, like with Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown and stuff. I like that song a lot. Like I feel like it's really cool that he can, bring all that political stuff kind of into his music. I like that he kind of does that really organically. This isn't really an issue for me, but I think that this album could be kind of long for some people, and I feel like it'd be kind of the same like material. Personally, I don't mind because I feel like this music is so good, but I could definitely see that being a problem for somebody else. But overall, I just love this album a lot. It's just like really coolly produced. Like I really love how this album sounds. It's such a really cool throwback to the 80s pop and R&B music. Really great female vocalists are on this album, like all over the album. I like that he brings these people kind of to, augment his sound. I like his whispery singing, of course. I feel like he's not the best vocalist, but he's effective for the songs that he has. I like with this album, like he's kind of expanded his lyrics and themes from just being about love, sexuality, and relationships to kind of about race, political stuff, and even sometimes on some songs, like he talks about like being like a black and queer like man in New York, and it's really interesting. Overall, we'll give it a 10 out of 10.
You sacrificed for us. You the real MVP.
I thought this album was really great. It was like a perfect album to me. It might not be for everybody, but I thought this album was really great and really special. So what did you guys think? Did you like the album? Did you hate the album? Let me know in the comments what you thought, and thanks for watching, guys. Thanks, guys. Bye.